Welcome to Female Season, the podcast where we embrace growth, confidence, and the journey of becoming our best selves together. Welcome back to Female Season, the podcast. I'm your host, Ari Bryant, and I'm really excited for today's episode. So pretty much I am doing a career series broken into 3 different episodes. The first episode, which is the one today, is going to be career clarity and confidence. So I'm kicking off, like I said, this 3-part career development series, and I'm just really excited. So whether you're feeling stuck in your job or you're just starting out, you're switching careers, or you're building towards your dream role, I want to help you get clear, build confidence, and move with intention. Because here's the truth. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to take the first step. And this series is going to help you do just that. So whether you're stuck in your job, you're starting out, or switching careers, or even building towards your dream job, I want you to get a clear understanding of it, but also build confidence and move with intention. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to take the first step. And this series is going to really help you do that. So many of us were told to just get a good job or do what makes money. But no one really taught us how to figure out what actually aligns with who we are. And when you're not aligned, everything feels heavier. Work feels draining. Progress feels slow. I want to help shift that. So this first episode is all about clarity and confidence, because if you don't know what you want or believe you deserve it, the rest doesn't even matter. So first, getting clear on what you want. Let's start with the big question. What do you actually want? This is not what your parents want. Okay, let's be clear on that. Not your parents, not your relatives, not what pays the most, not what looks good on LinkedIn or on paper, but what would make you feel fulfilled, energized, proud. So here's some questions to ask yourself or to reflect on. What am I naturally good at? What do people come to me for? What kind of work drains me? What are my not negotiables in a workplace or a role? So I also should have mentioned this, but you probably should grab you a pen and a paper to write down some of this stuff, because there's going to be some good stuff that you can use if you're really trying to shift with your career. I also want you to ask yourself this. If I could design my ideal day from the time I wake up to when I go to sleep, what would I be doing and how would I feel? Clarity starts with honesty. So those questions I just asked, I actually asked myself this because I was really curious. So as far as what am I naturally good at? I'm actually naturally organized and detail oriented. And I definitely think I have a gift for explaining things in a way that just clicks for people. I love helping others grow, whether that's showing them their next step or guiding them through a challenge. I'm also a creative at heart, and I instinctively understand things from a customer's or end user's perspective. So helping people succeed while staying grounded and structured is really my sweet spot. So then I asked myself, what do people come to me for? And I just was thinking about everybody that's in my life, like loved ones, family, friends, everyone. And people often come to me for help getting organized, or for advice, or how to get started with something that feels overwhelming. And I'm usually the one that people turn to when they need clarity, support, or a calm, strategic mind to help them sort things out and take action. So I also ask myself, what kind of work drains me and what gives me life? I feel drained by roles that are nonstop pressure from start to finish. Jobs that involve repetitive manual labor. That's not for me. Okay, it's not. But the work that gives me life, it's the kind that lets me think creatively. I love to solve real problems and build something I'm proud to share. I love when I can put in hard work and see the results make an impact. My non-negotiables in the workplace. I can't thrive in micromanage environments or toxic workplaces. That is a big thing for me. I've been in both and I can't do it. As you get older, you're more willing to accept things when you're younger. And as you get older, you're like, oh no, I'm not going through that. I don't have to, so I'm not. So those are two things. Also, I refuse to be in spaces where I'm undervalued or where there's poor benefits, like poor healthcare and no work-life balance. That's super important for me, especially because I'm doing things like this podcast and I need a balance. And if the responsibilities don't match the pay, that's a deal breaker. To be honest with you, that's really, really common. They expect you to do everything and they're not even compensating you properly. That's not good. It's not good at all. So I want to feel respected, supported, and aligned in every way. So based off, me answering those questions, I kind of looked into what career paths match my strengths. And these are a few roles that came up. So I separated in different categories. So under strategy and support roles, career coach or life coach, customer experience manager, employee development or training specialist, onboarding specialist, operations coordinator, and then under creative and planning roles, content strategist or brand consultant, project manager, event planner, user experience strategist, instructional designer. And then the last category is helping and communicating roles, community manager, corporate trainer, client success manager, HR business partner, and marketing coordinator. To be honest with you, I did not think I would find any alignment. I was actually kind of surprised. So it's several roles that I've done from the list that I mentioned. And it's crazy because over the years, I've always felt like I wasn't passionate about some of the roles just because my whole dream or goal has always been to be a full-time entrepreneur. But I consider myself multi-hyphenate. Like I'm passionate about multiple things equally. So I think in that sense, some of the roles that I've done, I've been passionate about it. But sometimes when you have the wrong role, when you have the right role actually, but you're in the wrong environment, then you feel like that's not your passion or you feel differently about it. But if it's put in the right space, then maybe it could work. For instance, if I worked a role and the environment is toxic, or I have a micromanaging boss, or it's just a really toxic work environment, then I can't see through that. I can't see the role for what it is. I'm just associating the role sometimes with the conflict. So I could have very well been doing things that I'm passionate about, but I couldn't see through it because it just was too much for me being in those negative spaces. So the second part is building confidence in your career journey. So you don't need to have it all together to be confident. Confidence is all about self-trust. So it's really about showing up even when you're unsure and knowing that you can just figure things out as you go. If you're in a season of doubt or comparison or feeling behind, you're definitely not alone. So here's how you can build your own confidence. So let's celebrate the small things. So did you update your resume? That's a win if you did. Did you update your cover letter? That's also a win. Also, affirm your worth. So every day, just remind yourself that you're capable, you're valuable, and you have something to offer, because that's very much true. And then stop playing small. That's huge. Sometimes, it's time to level up and you keep shrinking because it's safer. Confidence comes when you choose courage over comfort. And I know about this a lot. To be honest with you, I feel like I always second guess myself in my career. And I feel like I made decisions to not go for something because I felt like it wasn't safe and I felt like I wasn't going to get it. So I didn't even try. And sometimes when you get older and you're saying like, okay, I'm right here, but I really should be somewhere higher. I feel like I have myself to blame for that because I didn't really go for things that I felt like I probably would qualify for it, but I just didn't have that type of confidence within myself. So I'm telling you to make sure that you level up and don't shrink yourself because it's safer. That's easy. But sometimes you got to push yourself and go for what you actually deserve. And in the long run, it'll be a great decision. So let's talk about stop comparing and start creating, right? So we all have seen the post, I got the dream job at 25, or I'm making 6 figures from home. And while those stories can be inspiring, they also can trigger feelings of feeling like you're not enough. I've seen it. I've seen, people say you should do this, you should do that, and I got this and this and that. And sometimes it could be just like you're happy for them, yes. But it can just feel a little, I don't know, sad. Your timeline is yours. Success at 25 or 45 is still success. We have to stop really measuring our progress based on someone else's life. Tell yourself, I'm not behind and I am right on time for my own life. I created a career clarity checklist. You can download it right now, but you have to download it after you join my Facebook private group, Female Season. Female Season, and season is SZN. So you join this group on Facebook and you'll be able to see this career clarity checklist, which is free. You can just download it to your computer. So I want you to click on the link. I'm going to have it in the show notes as well for you to go to that private page. But make sure you join so that you can get this, because this is something that I took time to work on and is going to be really helpful for you in your career. And just to give you a little sample of what's on the career clarity checklist, it's something that you're going to use to reflect, realign, and start designing the career you deserve. So it's going to ask you different questions about yourself that's really going to help you narrow down or figure out the best next step for your career. And I'm really excited for you guys to have that. So make sure you join my Facebook private group, Female Season, and season is spelled SZN. And then you can download your free copy of the Career Clarity Checklist. So before we wrap up, here's what I want you to walk away with. You don't have to settle. You don't have to have all the answers, and you do have to be honest about what you want. I want you to write this down, and I really think it's going to help. What does success look like to me? Success has changed for me over the years. Now success is when it comes to my career, having a healthy work environment, not feeling overwhelmed, having work-life balance, having great benefits, and having a good manager. That to me is success. But also I do want to grow within a role, and I want opportunities. And I want to be able to speak creatively and freely. And I want to feel happy. I want to feel like it's worth it. That to me is what I consider success, at least in my career, my 9 to 5. Also, ask yourself, what's one small career shift you can make this week to align with your goals? That could be, completing the career clarity checklist I told you about that you can download for free. Or it could be just having a conversation about what you like from your current job and what you don't like from your current job. So you can see, is it more good or is it more bad? And we all know if it's more bad, it's time for you to go ahead and get everything together so you can start applying for other jobs. Also remember, you do not have to stay anywhere that you don't feel happy in. I know it sounds easier than what it is, but it's a job out there that's going to make you happy, seriously. Or some path you can take that's going to make you feel happier. So just really evaluate your current job. Also, ask yourself, what limiting belief do you need to release to grow professionally? It could be you getting in your own way, thinking that you're not enough, or thinking you don't have the experience or you don't have the education. Don't sell yourself short like that. Really find the good within you, because if you can find it, then someone definitely will find it. My final words is that this is just the beginning. And next week's episode, we're really diving into resumes, cover letters, and how to glow up your professional presence. So in today's episode, I gave you clarity, insight, and just made you feel seen. If you have any questions, or if you have anything you want to, talk to me about or reach out to me about, feel free to email me at podcast@femaleseason.com. I love to hear your takeaway. So definitely reach out to me and make sure you're following us on social media. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. I will see you in my next week episode. Bye.